Hey gang, I figured this week I would go ahead and try to do one of the video recaps versus doing a text recap like I normally do via email. Just figure out the day off. Why not try it, see how we like this format. Maybe it flows a little bit easier and a little bit quicker for me. Who knows? So starting off last week, you guys were still in Cars Maw. If you guys remember, that's a big Beholders layer that you guys took down. And you guys were kind of ransacking it, resting up, doing that kind of stuff. And you came across a journal from Shedrick, who was the priest, mage, whatever you want to call him, of Karazakar. And looking through his journal, it's all these entries about the maze engine. And you're like, what the hell is a maze engine? And flipping through it, and you kind of chalk it up to the maze engine being this design of a madman in Karazakar that really doesn't exist. But through your searching, you found a hidden door and behind like a big stone statue of Karazakar, and you wheeled that out of the way, and you found a Madrim, who is a duodrome. And linking back to the writings that you saw, one of the consistent themes was that Madrim's built maze engine. So this gave you a little bit of, I don't want to say solidarity, but leans a little bit more towards this maze engine being complete, or being real, I should say. But the Madrim spoke Madrim's language, and you don't understand that. And then when you finally decided, hey, let's cast some comprehend language, it was saying nothing but nonsense. You guys figured out, hey, let's heal it up and see what we could do using some cure spells, using some mending and lesser restoration, if I recall correctly. And that helped a little bit, but didn't do enough to actually clear up its mind because it was still tossing some gibberish. So you waited the following day, seeming that this thing seemed to be not harmful. You left it where it was. You waited the following day so that so Brugor and Walker could prepare greater restoration, and we're going to try that route. The first thing you did, though, instead of worrying about healing this duodrome, was to go ahead and cure Darnella, because Darnella was getting fatter and fatter every day, and she finally understood that, hey, she has a cursed dagger that makes her fatter each day. And so she went from this little Snurfneblin to now this 30-pound Snurfneblin to this 130-ish pound Snurfneblin. So we kind of described her as a ball, and you guys had some fun with that. But you cured her, or cast the first greater restoration, and she didn't get skinny. She still couldn't drop the dagger. However, it did cure something else that nobody else knew was going on, which was Darnella had an infinite form of madness going on, which compelled her to constantly lie, which kind of made for some explanations of the confusing information she was giving previously when everybody would kind of look at Darnella/Don talking about this stuff with kind of puzzled minds of what's going on. So that was the loop that went into that. But she let you know that, hey, I'm still cursed with this other thing, so go ahead and cast that on me again. And you did, and you cured Darnella of the curse then, so she could get rid of the dagger. Instead of you guys having fun with the dagger like I expected and trying to plant it on somebody or something like that and try to trick somebody into attuning to it, you guys decided to just leave it where it was, and somebody else will pick it up at some point. Then you cured the duodrome, and the duodrome wasn't too helpful to begin with. It just kind of gave some basic information of it was there, it got lost somehow, and then has been in the captivity of Karazakar and Cedric for multiple years, and has been tortured for information about this maze engine, but knows nothing of this maze engine, and kept on going and talking about, hey, needing to get back to the Orderer. After some discussion, you found out that the Orderer is an order of chaos. So it takes things and puts them in a line so that they're no longer chaotic. Not really wanting to go off on this side mission with the Duodrome, you said, hey, Duodrome, you guys can come with us. As long as you want their safety in numbers, the Duodrome accepted. You guys returned to Devere's stronghold. You had some fun there. I believe the Duodrome got you guys in some trouble thanks to Darnella embedding some hatred and racism towards Drow in it. And since Devere and his apprentice are Drow, when the Duodrome met the Drow, racism ensued. Slight racism, just slight funny joke about asshole Drow, I think is all it was said. But still, there was some embedment there, and Devere kind of played off like, hey, you guys are teaching this thing to be racist. That's not cool. But it's kind of interesting, though, because Devere's a racist prick to begin with anyway. So you have this racist guy saying, hey, don't teach racism. Only I can be racist. This is essentially what it boiled down to. You guys did turn in the egg and the beholder eye to Devere. And while he didn't give you any fancy rewards, he did give Brugor and Walker the same setup you guys had, which was the cloak of fire resistance along with that one-time use protection against demons, break in case of emergency thing. After that, he did give you guys some information about the next setup, which is finding 6 feathers from 6 different angels. And he pointed you down to this location called the Gallery of Angels, which is located in this giant labyrinth. Nice thing about this is the angels are already petrified, and he said that he believes petrified wings will work for this situation. It's just a matter of you guys breaking them off successfully, it sounds like. You guys made your final preparations to head out. There was some roleplay involved in there too, but Devere was nice enough and said, hey, you know what? I can get you guys relatively close because this labyrinth is 200 plus miles away, so he could teleport you back, and he could teleport or get you guys back with like a one-time use spell to get near his location. Granted, he's a kind of protective guy, so he won't actually give you a spell to get right back into his location, but to get you within a day or so's march of his location. Kind of what we expected, right? But he did warn you guys, when you head to this labyrinth, it will be suffused with wild magic pockets, so be very wary of your spells, which is part of the reason why he couldn't get you so close to this this maze, that your labyrinth that you're heading towards. Since this is also heading towards the same direction where Duo is trying to meet up with the Orderer, Duo decided to join you as well. There was some private conversation with Duo and Devere. You're not quite sure what happened there, but Devere he did stick to his word and did not harm Duo in any way. So that's a plus, right? When you guys did teleport down to where you were supposed to, where you guys were heading towards the labyrinth, the first bit there was pretty uneventful. Eventually, you guys ran into some flumps, though. Remember, those are the little floating jellyfish guys that vibe on good vibes. And they warned you, while they didn't have a lot of conversation with you, they warned you that, hey, going the way you guys are going, there are some mind flayers down there, or a single mind flayer along with some mind flayer slaves. So you guys kind of hemmed and hawed what's the best way to do, and you found that if you go around this mind flayer area, it'll take you about a day longer to get to where you're going, but it will get you away from going into that mind flayer encounter. Whether you guys broke down to combat or role-played or snuck by it, either way, you guys chose the idea of let's just not deal with that and just go around. That worked out well for the most part. You did run into a pack of gnolls, and you readily killed them pretty quick. One thing that did happen, though, which was rather interesting, the gnoll leader, if you want to call it, sent all his gnolls in, but he himself sat down, and then once all the gnolls were dead, he kind of looked like he was going to give himself up and continue walking towards you guys while talking about him sacrificing these his brothers and how they need to be put down. And you guys laid into him, not wanting to parlay with an evil ass gnoll. I can't blame you. Excuse me. You guys didn't really seem to have much remorse about that. Not a big deal, which is fine. I didn't expect you guys to. It's a gnoll after all. But one of the things that did kind of come out at the end is, as he was dying, he begged for Yinigu's, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Yinigu, who is the demon lord of gnolls, forgiveness for what he's done. So that's kind of an interesting development there. Do we have Yinigu on the loose or not? After that, you guys came to where we wrapped up for the evening, which was at a switchback cliff going, or a cliff with a switchback path going up to the top. But at the top of the cliff, there was a metal tower, which is not like anything you've seen in the Underdark before. You guys did have the option of going around this tower through a path that would continue taking you along the way you want to go. However, curiosity got the best of you, and you guys wanted to investigate this tower. Going into the tower, or going up towards the tower, you guys did notice it's not just close to being square. It's exactly square. Brugor took out some measuring tools and said, hey, this is exactly 20 feet per side. It has some runes kind of laser etched in the side there, but nothing that you guys recognize or anything like that that you guys could piece together. Paste around it did have some arrow slits in it as well. You found the door. The door was adamantine as well. So that's the metal you guys determined that this tower was made out of. But it was kind of laser etched to make it look like it was a banded wooded door. That was kind of cool, right? And as you guys stepped in, Draco stepped in and took a look around, and he had some little bit of toughness getting through the door, and the reason why was because he was pushing a dead body out of the way. And as he stepped in, you guys heard some screeches as a quartet of gargoyles dive bombed on you. From there, you guys had a round of combat, not really successful for the bad guys or you guys, just a basic round, and then we stopped at that because time was getting close. Housekeeping stuff, just make sure you're keeping track of your what's going on as far as what you used versus what's available resource-wise, because we haven't taken a long rest since the Knolls. And then additionally, I'm not sure if we're running this week or not. I have some personal stuff that came up for Wednesday. I don't know if I will make it yet or not. So I will kind of give you guys a better idea on Monday whether or not we're playing. Let me know how you guys like the video recap versus the writing recap. For me, I mean, looking at this, it's taken me, I'm at just about the 12-minute mark, taking me a little bit less time to write this. And to me, it feels a little bit more natural. So I kind of leaning towards like it. I know the video quality is not exactly great because I have this lovely brightness coming in from one side and it's dark over here. So my face is kind of that half and half type guy. So yeah, let me know how you guys like this. Maybe I'll consider doing more of them in the future. Or if you want me to do the writing format, that's fine as well. So talk to you later, guys.